So participants, please respond if it is audible. I hope that it's audible. So participants, if anyone can respond, it's audible or not. Yeah. So the session for today is Terraform Cloud in AWS. So we are going to see how to create an infrastructure in AWS by using Terraform Cloud. My Vaskar, yes, I worked as assistant professor in St. Xavier's Catholic College of Engineering. I have 14 years of IT experience working across leading organizations in the industry. I am Cloud. I am delivery director of multi-cloud for you. I am MEP at Alibaba Cloud. You can see more about me in the given LinkedIn profile. I got certification in Microsoft Azure Fundamentals, Microsoft Power Platform Fundamentals, Azure Data Fundamentals, and all the 5 basic ACI certification from Alibaba Cloud. So the agenda for today's session will be, first we are going to see introduction to cloud and introduction to Amazon Web Service, that is AWS. Then we are going to have a short introduction on what is DevOps and what are the advantages of DevOps. Now, then we are going to see different DevOps automation tools present. Mostly I am going to explain only 2 automation tools, that is GitHub and Terraform. Now we are then we are going to see introduction to Terraform, and we are going to see the difference between Terraform CLI and Terraform Cloud. And finally, we are going to see a demo on how to create an infrastructure in AWS by using Terraform Cloud. Finally, I am going to announce the takeaway at the end of the session. So now moving to introduction to cloud. Cloud is the delivery of on-demand resources. The resources may be server, database, storage, platform, infrastructure, and application. So services which are getting on demand from internet, we will tell that as cloud computing. Now moving to the advantages of cloud computing. The first and foremost advantage of cloud computing is reliability. So before using the service, you use the SLA agreement with the cloud service provider. So the cloud service provider will provide the service as signed with the cloud service provider by using a service level agreement. There is no downtime and there is no resource outages. And the next advantages of cloud computing is you can scale the resource based on your demand. You can scale the resources such as RAM, CPU vertically, and you can scale virtual machine horizontally. And moving to the advantages of cloud, that's elasticity. You can scale the resource based on the demand. That is, if your peak workloads are there, you can scale in the resource, and if there is no workload, you can reduce. That is termed as elasticity. Then moving to agility of cloud computing, you can create application quickly. That too by using few mouse click, you can create the application. And final advantage of cloud is geo distribution. So you can deploy the servers in the regional data centers. So if you are creating an application and the more proximity of users of the particular application is in India, you can deploy your application in India region, that is in Mumbai region, which is available. Now moving to introduction to AWS. AWS is a cloud computing platform provided by Amazon. It provides all the cloud services, as a service, platform as a service, and software. It is launched in the year 2006. From the internal infrastructure, Amazon to handle its own retail operation. AWS is one of the first company to introduce pay-as-you-go model in computing, in cloud computing. As you know about pay-as-you-go model, in pay-as-you-go model, what we are going to do is we are going to pay for the resource what we are going to use. We are not going to pay for the resource which we are not used. Okay, so this pay-as-you-go model is first introduced by AWS in cloud computing model. So now moving to introduction to DevOps. So DevOps stands for, in DevOps, Dev stands for development and Ops stands for operations. So in DevOps, both operation and development team work together to accomplish the common goal. That's the definition you can see. DevOps is a software engineering culture and practice that aim at unifying software development and software operation team. It provides collaboration between the development team and the operation team. Development team and the operation team will work together and share a common goal. So one of the most important advantages of DevOps is it ensures consistency between the development and production environment, which reduce error and increase speed. So as you know, in DevOps, we are going to use set of automation tool. In all the process of software development lifecycle, we are going to use set of automation tools. So it will decrease the time and cost for developing the new feature in a software development. Okay. So in short, you have to know we are going to use set of automation. We are going to use set of automation tools in development process, in testing process, and deployment process. So now into introduction to infrastructure as a code. So in this, what we are going to do is we are going to create the infrastructure as a code. So I will take infrastructure as a code to design and build infrastructure component such as virtual machines and server load balances as a code. So you will create a machine readable definition files, and you will write the code for creating the components such as network, virtual machine, and server load balancer. So what is the advantage of infrastructure as a code is it reduces the time and cost. Then different automation tools used for infrastructure as a code is, first one is Terraform you can use. We are going to see Terraform today. Ansible, it is another tool for creating the infrastructure as a code, and Puppet and Chef you can use. So what is the advantage of infrastructure as a code is it will reduce the time. You see, if you are creating infrastructure manually, it will take more time. And if you are using file, that is or any other tool, you can reuse the code. You can reuse the code and you can create the infrastructure fastly, and it will reduce the cost and it will increase the quality of the software development process that you are doing. Now we are moving to introduction to GitHub. I hope everyone know about GitHub. So it is a repository, open source repository, which is available for sharing the code. GitHub is a huge repository that provides developers-based graphic interface tool for shipping code through pull request and code review. It has collaboration of 15 million developers all over the world. So now we have the advantages of GitHub. So by GitHub, you can contribute our code easily to the open source project. We can use repository for the project source code. If you have a project source code, if you want the source code of your project, you can use GitHub as a repository. And GitHub is integrated with the most of the cloud service provider available in the market. We can integrate GitHub with AWS, Amazon, and any other cloud service provider which is available in the market. Now we are going to another DevOps tool, that is Terraform. It is used for creating the infrastructure. As we mentioned already, it is one of the tool used for creating the infrastructure of the cloud. Now, moving to Terraform, it is an open source orchestration tool developed by Hashgraph. It is developed using Go language, and its code is available in GitHub. So it is open source software, and its code is available in Terraform. We will create a declarative configuration of infrastructure in a test file. Okay, in a test file, we will create the code for creating the infrastructure. Okay, that I will explain when I am dealing with the example. So by using Terraform, you can plan, set up, change, and restore the infrastructure. Okay, so you can create the infrastructure. You can create a server, or you can create a load balancer, network devices, and you can change the configuration of network devices, and you can destroy the network devices. That is, you can delete the device which you have created. Everything you can do by using code. That is Terraform. Okay, so moving to the advantages, it's easy to use. So again, it supports all the cloud service provider available. That is Alibaba Cloud, AWS, GCP, and Azure. So one more thing advantage is you can plan the infrastructure before applying to the cloud infrastructure. That is, you can plan the infrastructure before creating the infrastructure, you can plan the infrastructure. So before applying to the real cloud platform, before creating the resource in the real cloud platform, what you can do is you can plan the infrastructure. That option is provided in Terraform that I will explain. So now options available in Terraform. So Terraform is provided as a cloud software as a service application, and it is provided as a CLI. So in CLI, command line interface, it is free open source. It's open source. You can download and you can install for Windows or Mac OS or Ubuntu or Ubuntu OS. You can install this. And Terraform Cloud software as a service. It is a web-based application. It's a web-based application. It is paid for the enterprise and it is free for the user. Again, for some limitations are there for the users. You can create only few workspaces. I'll explain this in the demo. So we get to create some workspace in Terraform Cloud that I will explain in the demo. So for limitations are there. So but for enterprise, they get to pay and they have to use it. Again, you have to first an enterprise. You need an enterprise account for creating Terraform Cloud software as a service. So now Terraform CLI, you can download it and you can use it freely. Okay. So what is the difference between Terraform Cloud and Terraform CLI is? So in Terraform Cloud, for creating the infrastructure, you have to apply the code. You have to type the code, plan, then execute all this code you have to type. But in case of Terraform Cloud, it is provided as a graphical user interface. You can use few buttons, okay, for creating the infrastructure. Plan button will be there. You have to click so that the infrastructure plan will be displayed for you. And to create the infrastructure, confirm and run button will be there. Just you click the button, the infrastructure will be created in the cloud service provider. So that is the difference. Okay. In Terraform CLI, you have to apply using commands, but in Terraform Cloud CLI, it is graphical user interface will be there. So we can use mouse. By using mouse click, you can create the infrastructure in the cloud service. So now moving to Terraform resource syntax. Okay, I already told that in test file we are going to create some declarative statements, declarative configuration we are going to write. So now you have to know some syntax of Terraform, how to create a resource. Okay, so now I already mentioned that the cloud resources are, you can create resources such as virtual machines. You can create a network devices. You can create, and you can create service load balancer. All these are resources we can create. Syntax is, you have to, if you want to create a resource, you have to provide the keyword resource, and this is a provider name. Okay, in case AWS, if it is AWS, we have to provide as AWS, and type of resource you are going to create. If it is a virtual machine, we'll provide VM here. If it is a network devices, routers, that you have to provide. That's type you have to provide, and name of the resource you have to provide. This user defined name you have to provide for the particular resource, and finally you have to provide the configuration, that is parameters for the particular resource. Okay, if you are going to create a virtual machine, you have to give the virtual machine name and what OS OS image you are going to install, all the and the IP address you have to provide, and in IP address again you have to provide in CADR notation you have to provide here. Okay, so this is a syntax for creating a resource in Terraform. That is very simple. You have to use the resource, then you have to give the provider name. In case if it is AWS, it is AWS you have to provide here. If it is Alibaba Cloud, you have to provide Ali Cloud. And the type of resource you are going to create. And name is identifier here of particular resource. And configuration means you have to give the different parameters for the particular resource. Okay. So now we can see that in the next slide, I will explain with an example how to create a resource with an example. So this is an example. You see, resource, I am going to create a resource in AWS, and the resource provider is AWS. Okay, resource provider is Amazon Web Service _ and the resource type is I am going to create an instance. Okay, I am going to create a virtual machine. I am going to create, and the name of the particular resource is, there's identifier for that particular instance is example, and Amazon machine image I am going to provide. Okay, I told them we have to provide the image file. Okay, this is the image file I am going to provide, and the instance type I am going to create is t2.micro. Okay, different types of instances are there. I am going to create t2.micro. Okay, this is the example for creating a resource. Okay, in this particular example, I am going to create an instance, virtual machine I am going to create. This is a coding for creating virtual machine. Okay. Now move into Terraform variable. I hope that everyone know about variable. In all the programming languages, variable. Okay, in JavaScript or Java or C#, all the programming languages, variable will be there. Similarly, in Terraform also, you can create a variable. Okay, now you see here. So for syntax for creating variable is variable. You have to provide the variable name in double quotes, and in open brace and close brace, you have to provide the value in default. In default, equal to you have to provide the value. In particular, the example you see, I have created two variables, AMI and instance underscore type. This is the two variable I have created. Okay, and you see how to use that variable is you see this example resource underscore instance, and the resource name is my hyphen instance, and Amazon machine image I am giving the variable which I declare, giving the value from the variable which I have declared. That is dollar symbol you have to use, where you have to use the where keyword dot AMI, so that it will assign this default value which is present in the variable. Okay, and again instance type, same thing I have to repeat. Okay, so very simple. You have to are creating a variable, just you have to use the keyword variable name, you have to provide in double quotes, open brace and close brace, you have to provide the default value. Okay, so now creating a Terraform syntax for creating a resource. Okay, so resource syntax is very simple. Resource, then you have to provide the provider name underscore what type of instance you are going to create, and the instance name you have to provide, and you have to provide the configuration of that particular instance you have to provide in between. Okay, so now move into the demo. So now creating infrastructure in AWS using Terraform. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to create an infrastructure. That is, you know that for create infrastructure, if you want to create, we have to create a virtual private cloud. We have to create a network. First thing is we have to create a network. Okay. So in AWS, I am going to create a virtual private cloud. And in that virtual private cloud, what I am going to do is I am going to create a subnet. Okay, I am going to create a subnet. Okay. So I am not going to create any other resources. Just I am going to create a virtual private cloud. Inside that virtual private cloud, I am going to create a subnet. Okay. So now I will explain the steps. What are the steps needed? So first you have to create an infrastructure as a code. I already explained that it is a test file. Declarative configuration you have to provide in a test file that we tell us infrastructure as a code. Okay. If you are creating this in Terraform, we will tell that as main.tf or any file you can provide. Your name.tf npm. That file you have to save in the repository. Okay, you have to put in the repository, that is GitHub repository. Okay, in my case I am going to use GitHub repository. It is a repository for storing the code. Okay, in my case what I am going to do is I am going to create infrastructure as a code, that is main.tf. Okay, the file name is main.tf, and I am going to push it in GitHub repository. And then what I am going to do is I am going to use Terraform. Okay, I am not going to use Terraform CLI. I am going to use Terraform Cloud, and I am going to push the code, the main.tf from that GitHub repository into Terraform Cloud. Okay, and from Terraform Cloud, what I am going to do is I am going to create an infrastructure in AWS. Okay, so again I explained already in Terraform Cloud, what you can do is you did not want to write code. You did not want to write code. Everything I can do it by graphical user interface button. If you want to plan the infrastructure, just click to plan. If you want to create an infrastructure, just you click confirm and run, so that the infrastructure will be created in AWS, any cloud service provider. Okay, so the step is like step 1, adding Terraform code in GitHub repository, then configuring Terraform Cloud and running the Terraform file that I had to do in Terraform Cloud. Okay, and finally from this I can create an infrastructure in AWS. So one more step you have to do that. So first what you have to do is you have to log into your AWS console. You have to log into AWS console, and you have to create IAM user identity. You have to use identity access management, and you have to create a user. Okay, that's nothing but one access key and secret key you have to create. Okay, that I will explain first. Okay, so I am going to provide a live hands-on demo for this. It's not recorded session. Now we see, first I am going to AWS. Okay, this is the AWS console. So now, first you have to go to IAM, Identity and Access. Yeah, there, IAM. You just so now you have a user. Okay, for in process, you cannot use your root account. It is not possible. Okay, so I am going to create a different user for that. For manage, for create processor resource, I am going to create a different user. Yeah, it's ready. So now what you get to do is to click in the left side, you can see uses. Okay, the uses option is there. Just you click this uses. Now it is ready. My case, I already created a user. Okay, here underscore demo. It is a user which I created already. Now, if you want to create a user, you can click add user. So now you can provide user. One more option you have to know, programmatic access. You have to provide this option. Okay, you have to check this option. Why is the reason is you are going to create a resource. Okay, you are going to create a resource programmatically. You are going to create a resource by using Terraform code. Okay, so you have to check this option and you go for next. Okay, so now attach existing policy directly. Okay, now you here administrator access you have to check, and again you go to next. I'm not going to add any tag. If you want to search this option by using tag, you can do that. I'm not going to add any tag. Okay, now review, and you see now create user. Now we have to click create user. Yeah, now you see this is ID. Okay, this is access key ID, and this is a secret key, secret access key. Okay, these two things you have to know. If you click to know, it will display the secret access key. So what you have to do is you did not share this. Okay, now I am not going to click show. If I am clicking show now, there are some I cannot. Somebody can create some process. So I am not going to share this. This is access key. So access key is created and secret access key will be created. Okay. So now if you click show now, you can get that access key. Now you can copy and keep it safely. Okay, in any where document. Okay, so now first step is over. So adding user, creating RAM user is over. So you have to remember the access key and secret access key. So this we are going to provide in the Terraform cloud. That's very important. Okay, this thing you have to remember. Okay, now first step is over. First step is over. And now what I am going to do is I am going to create. I am going to create the code. Okay, I am going to upload the infrastructure as a code in GitHub repository. Okay, this is my GitHub repository. Okay, first step is completed. Creating IAM account is completed. You have to go to your repository. Okay, this is GitHub repository. Okay, you have to log in with the GitHub repository. Go to this is my underscore AWS repository, and this is main.tf. Okay, this file already uploaded. Okay, you have to create, or you can create a file here also. Okay, so now you see the coding. I will explain the code. Is provider. I am going to use AWS. Okay. Provider it is AWS, and the region I have to create is Mumbai, AP-South-1. Okay, so I have to provide the region where I have to create the resource. Okay, I have to provide the region where I have to create the resource. So this is the coding for that. Then I told already, I am going to create a resource. For creating a resource, you have to use this resource. Then this AWS is a provider name, and VPC is the resource I am going to create. Type of resource I am going to, type of instance I am going to create. Okay, virtual private cloud, AWS and VPC. And this is identifier for the resource which I am going to create. This is identifier of the resource which I am going to create. Okay, now this is another argument. I told already we have seen the syntax. We have to provide arguments. CIDR underscore block is first argument you have to provide. This is the IP address you have to provide in CIDR notation. Here I am going to create a virtual private cloud with the IP address 190.160.0.0/16, and instant tenants I have to provide default. Okay, I am going to go in the default. Okay, then tags, if you want, you can provide the tag. The name is I am going to provide VPC-1. Okay. So now again, you see next resource I am going to create. I am going to create a subnet. Okay. First I am going to create a virtual private cloud. Inside that I am going to create another subnet. Okay. And the subnet name is VPC_1 underscore sub underscore 1. And the VPC ID is, you see, VPC ID is this ID. AWS underscore VPC dot VPC underscore 1 dot ID. So that this ID will be provided for this subnet. Okay. Why I am going to provide this is I am going to create a subnet inside this VPC. Okay. Already I created one virtual private cloud. Inside that only I am going to create the resource. So you have to provide that ID. Again, you have to provide the CIDR plug. Okay. Here it is 16. Here it is 24. I am going to provide. And again, you have to provide the subnet name. Tag you have to provide. Okay. This is the regarding Terraform. Okay. Terraform. No, it's main.tf. This is a Terraform file. This is the configuration file or declarative configuration file, we can tell. Okay, so I am going to provide the resource in a declarative way. Okay, you see, declarative means nothing but this is one variable I am going to value. Okay, so I am declaring a variable and I am sending a value. The configuration of the resource which I am going to create. Declare configuration of the resource which I am going to create in a cloud service provider. Okay, so now second step is over. Okay, I have created a main.tf Terraform file and I have uploaded that in the GitHub repository. Okay. Now next step is you have to go to Terraform Cloud. Okay, you have to go to Terraform Cloud. Okay. Now see here. So you have to create an account in Terraform Cloud. Okay, that's you have to go to app.terraform.io. Okay, you have to go to app.terraform.io and you have to create an organization account. Okay, individual account you cannot create. Okay, if you are working in any organization, you can give the organization name and you can create account. Okay, in my case, I see GM Software. I have created an organization. Okay, GM Software, and this is a workspace. Okay, you have to know this is a workspace. So now I have to tell the difference between Terraform Cloud and Terraform CLI. Okay, in Terraform CLI, what you have to do is you have to download Terraform in exe or any other format. Then you have to apply commands. Okay, you have to apply the command and you have to work with the command line. See here, everything is graphical user interface. In Terraform CLI, you have to create a workspace by using command. Here you see it is by button click you can create the workspace. Okay, now you see I'm going to create a workspace. Okay, create a workspace, new workspace. You click new workspace. So now you have to choose many options are there. Version control workflow. Okay, version control workflow. That is if you want to connect GitHub repository. Now what I have to do from this Terraform Cloud, I have to connect the GitHub repository. Okay, and after connecting to GitHub repository, I have to run the code, Terraform code, that is main.tf code from here, and I have to create a resource in AWS Cloud. Okay, this is the thing I have to do. So now you click control workflow. Yeah, you click version control workflow. So now you see it is coming automatically. If you another version control system, you can do that. But now in my case, I have created a repository in GitHub. So I have to click GitHub. You click GitHub. So you see, it is asking for the account. Asking for already I have synchronized my GitHub account with Terraform 2. If you are doing for the first time, no problem. First time you got to synchronize your GitHub account with the Terraform Cloud. Okay, I have already synchronized that. So now you see, this is my account, GitHub account. Now you see, you can find all the repository which is present in my GitHub account. Okay. Now you see, I am going to use this Terraform underscore AWS. This is the repository which contain main.tf. Okay. Main.tf, and you have to give the workspace name. Okay, workspace name you have to provide. I am giving us 2. Okay, Terraform underscore AWS is already, so I am giving us Terraform 2. AWS, and just you click create workspace. Okay, so now workspace is created. Okay, now workspace is created. Now what you have to do is, I already explained that I'm creating identity access management user. To remember, AWS access underscore key, AWS underscore secret underscore access underscore key. Okay, that's nothing but access key and access key secret. You have to remember. Now I have to configure that in this workspace. Okay, I have created one workspace, Terraform underscore AWS underscore 2. Now you have to configure the variable. Okay, now configure the environment. Tell that environment variable. Okay, so I have to configure that environment variable. That is IAM account configure. So you have to go to variable. Overview runs state. So we go to variable. Now you see, you go to environment variable. Okay, environment variable, and you click add variable. Okay, add variable. So you have to remember, you have to type here AWS underscore access underscore key underscore ID. Okay. You have to provide that value. Okay, you have to provide access key value. Okay, this is access key value. Okay, I'm going to provide this. You can copy this and you can provide it. Okay, now this is the thing you have to provide. Now if you want to hide this, if you click this sensitive, it will be next time it will not display. The value will not be displayed. Okay. Access key. The first variable you got to add. Yeah. Now it is added. Yes. Yeah, now it is added. Now one more variable you got to add. Okay, access key, and that's access key secret you got to add. Access key secret you got to add like this AWS. So you have to use the same that. Okay, if you're it's case sensitive. Okay, AWS under secret underscore access underscore key. So here you have to provide this secret value. Okay, I'm not going to provide this. This secret key value you have to provide it over here. Okay, now I am at the meantime I'm not going to provide. Okay, now again it's sensitive. It's sensitive information. It has to, it should not be displayed for the users. So you can do that. Okay, secret key. Save. So the workspace configuration is over. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to run the coding. Okay, for running the Terraform code, now you see I told already. Okay, if you are using CLI, you have to use command plan Terraform plan command. You have to use. See here Q plan. Okay, just you have to click this. Okay, so now I am not going to do this. The reason is I didn't provide the okay correctly. Okay, so I am going to use the workspace which I created. Okay, so now workspace is ready. Okay, once you link the Terraform code which is present in the repository, and you have configured the environment variable. Okay, you have to configure the environment variable. Your workspace is ready. Okay, so now, so I am going to use the workspace which I created. Okay, same process I have done, but I have added the access key secret also. Access key secret also I have added. Okay, now you see, you can I open this. Okay, already I created. Yeah, now you see, now okay, now then I will explain when I explain the Terraform. We can plan the infrastructure. Okay, before creating, we can plan how many virtual machines we are going to create. Everything you can plan before creating infrastructure. So first I have to plan. Okay, so I will show the code again. Okay, see this is a GitHub code. This is a GitHub code. So now I am going to create an infrastructure with one VPC and one subnet inside that VPC. Okay. So now first what I have to do is before creating the infrastructure in AWS cloud, I have to plan the infrastructure. Okay. So that I can do. First I have to do. You see, you have to click this option. Queue plan manually. And you have to planning infrastructure. Planning infrastructure. The reason for queue plan. Okay, now you see you have to click queue plan. Okay. So in case of CLI, you have to type command here. Just you click queue plan. Okay, now the plan will be executed now. Okay, and it will display the details. Are going to create, everything will be displayed in here for you. Yeah, this is a plan. Okay, till now resource is not created. You see, I'm going here. I'm going here. VPC. Okay, virtual private. Yeah, see, there is no resource not created during the plan phase. A resource will not be created. Okay, resource will not be created. Yeah, now you see there is VPC. Now you see only VPC is there. And there is only one VPC. You see, VPC name is not there. Only one VPC is there, which I created already. Okay. So now you see, I have planned. Okay. During the planning phase, VPC or resource will not be created any cloud service providers. Okay. So now we have to execute that. Okay. We have to confirm that and we have to run that plan. Okay. So you see here, this is a plan. You can see this is a plan. What is clear? What is a network ID? Everything will be created. Okay. This is a plan. Okay. Now you are satisfied with the plan. You are satisfied with the plan. Now you can apply the plan. Confirm and apply. Okay. Once you click confirm and apply, the resource will be created in cloud service. Okay. Now you see I'm going to click confirm and apply. So click confirm. Now you click confirm and apply. So now you have to provide description why you are going to run this plan. Okay, confirm plan. Okay, now confirm plan. So now when I'm clicking this, the resource will be created in cloud service provider. That is in my case, it is AWS. Okay. Now you see it is pending, apply pending. So now it's fine. Yeah, now it's running again. It is running. Yeah, now it is creating. So now it is creating in the cloud service provider. Okay. That you are okay. Once you are applying, it will be created in cloud service. Now it's changed. Okay. Everything is created. Okay. Now it is running again. Yeah, apply. And go in the console of in AWS. Now you see. I'm going to refresh this. Yeah, now you see VPC is created. VPC name is VPC hyphen. Okay, you can see the Terraform in Terraform code. You see the VPC name is VPC. Name is what? VPC hyphen one. It's created. Okay. So now similarly, subnet is also created. If you want to see the subnet, you can go click here, and you can see the subnet. It is loading. Subnet -1. This is subnet which is created. Okay. So now resource is created in the AWS. Okay. Now what I do is I have to destroy the resource. Okay. So already I explained, and when I am explaining about Terraform, we can create, plan, and destroy the resource which is created. Okay. So now next step is what? I have to destroy the resource from this AWS cloud. How to do that? Again, you go to Terraform cloud. You go to Terraform cloud. So you have to know I have created two resources. Okay, one VPC and one subnet inside that particular VPC. Now what I have to do is I have to destroy the resource or delete the resource which I have created. Okay. So for that, what you have to do is, again, you come to Terraform workspace, Terraform cloud workspace. You come to Terraform cloud workspace. Go to settings. Okay, settings, and you can see destruction and deletion. Okay, one option there. Okay, go to destruction and deletion. Okay, now if you want to delete the whole workspace from the Terraform cloud, delete from Terraform cloud. Now I am not going to delete the workspace. Now I am not going to delete the workspace. I am going to delete the resource which I have created in the AWS. Okay, for that you have to click destroy plan. You click query destroy plan. Now you have to provide the workspace name. You have to provide. It's a security purpose. For security purpose, you have to provide the workspace name. Same workspace name you have to provide here. Okay. Now queue destroy plan. Okay. Now we have to click this queue destroy plan. Okay. Again, it will follow the same process. First, it will display the plan. Okay. First, it will display the plan. Then, after a confirmation and clicking confirm button, the resource will be deleted from the cloud service provider. Yeah. See, to destroy two resources. I created two resources. The two resources will be destroyed. You can see the plan. Okay. That is the main advantage of using Terraform. Okay. You can plan the resource. Okay. Now, before deleting, you can see what things happening, what are the things I am going to delete, everything you can see here. So you see here. Okay, now you see going to, so now I'm going to source from AWS. Okay, now you see confirm and apply. Just you click confirm and apply. The AWS resource. You give some name, some description. Okay. So now confirm plan. Yeah. Now it is not, and it will be deleted from the, now see, apply finished. Okay, now the resource is deleted from cloud service provider, that is AWS. Now you see, I will check that. We can check that whether the resource is deleted or not. We can see that. Go to AWS. See, you click VPC, or you can refresh now this. Yeah, the resource is not there. Okay, so VPC -1 resource is not there. It is deleted from the AWS cloud. Okay, again, subnet also. You can see subnet also. It will be deleted. Okay, you understand? Very simple. Okay, so first you have to create. You have to create a Terraform file to configuration resource. Okay, you have to create, and you have to upload, push that in the repository. Okay, in the repository, or you can create directly from the repository. Okay, then what you have to do is you have to configure the repository with the Terraform cloud. Okay, and another important thing is you have to provide access key and access key secret. Okay, the Terraform workspace, Terraform cloud workspace, and you have to run the Terraform code, so that the resource will be created. And for destroy resource, you have to go to the settings, destruction and deletion. You click that, and again you have to plan, and you have to confirm the plan, so that the resource will be deleted from the AWS cloud. It's any cloud service provider. Okay, you can use Alibaba cloud, or you can use AWS. Okay, so now that's all of the demo. I hope you understand clearly. Okay, now going key takeaways. So certification is there. For claiming the certificate, you go to www.fiftheye.com. You join the Telegram channel, and you can send the request. Okay, so that we will generate the certificate and we will send it to the mail. Okay, or we will send the we will send you the instruction how to download the certificate. Okay, currently the certificate is not uploaded, so you can send your request to the Telegram channel, and once it is once we receive the request, what we do, we'll provide certificate for you. Okay, so that's all of the day. Patience. Any questions you can provide in the chat window. Any questions you can, if there any questions, you can provide chat. Yeah, any questions? So I hope there is no questions in the chat window. So the session, we are going to come with an end. So finally, yeah, I will have one recap. So first we learned what is cloud, what are the advantages of cloud, what is AWS, we learned. Then we learned what is DevOps. DevOps is a current standard going in all the industries. They are using DevOps concept. Okay, it is a set of automation tools. We are going to use set of automation tools in all the software development lifecycle. Okay, you have to know the difference here. Here, in, what is the difference between traditional software development lifecycle and DevOps, using DevOps? Okay, traditional software development lifecycle, there is no collaboration between the different teams available. Okay, there is no collaboration between the operation team and there is and the development team. In DevOps, we are going to collaborate them. Both the development team and the operation team will collaborate together, and that too we are going to use different set of automation tool in all the software development lifecycle models. All the software development lifecycle steps we are going to use different tools. Okay, so but here I explained only two tools. Okay, GitHub and Terraform is the DevOps automation tools actually. So I explained about two tools for you. Then I explained how to create a simple resource in Terraform. Okay, and then how to create a resource in AWS cloud by using Terraform cloud. Okay, this is another option. Terraform cloud is a new things which is developed now. Okay, usually we will use Terraform CLI. Here we are going to use Terraform cloud for creating a resource in AWS cloud. Okay, that's all. Okay, that's all of the day. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you, one and all. So we can wind up in 10 to